Quotes to help boost self-esteem. Compiled by the Xaviard.com team. Here are some quotes to help boost self-esteem. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Buddha. Until you value yourself, you won't value your time. Until you value your time, you will not do anything with it. M. Scott Peck. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. Mark Twain. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life, but define yourself. Harvey Fierstein. Love yourself first and everything else falls into line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. Lucille Ball. Remember always that you not only have the right to be an individual, you have an obligation to be one. Eleanor Roosevelt. If only you could sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to people you may never even dream of. There is something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person. Fred Rogers. Low self-esteem is like driving through life with your handbrake on. Maxwell Maltz. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Self-care is never a selfish act, it is simply good stewardship of the only gift I have, the gift I was put on earth to offer to others. Parker Palmer. When you adopt the viewpoint that there is nothing that exists that is not part of you, that there is no one who exists who is not part of you, that any judgment you make is self-judgment, that any criticism you level is self-criticism, you will wisely extend to yourself an unconditional love that will be the light of the world. Harry Palmer. Why should we worry about what others think of us? Do we have more confidence in their opinions than we do our own? Brigham Young. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. William James. To fall in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness. Robert Morley. Don't waste your energy trying to change opinions, do your thing, and don't care if they like it. Tina Fey. So then, the relationship of self to other is the complete realization that loving yourself is impossible without loving everything defined as other than yourself. Alan Watts. Owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. Brené Brown. One of the greatest regrets in life is being what others would want you to be, rather than being yourself. Shannon L. Alder. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Dale Carnegie. Once you embrace your value, talents and strengths, it neutralizes when others think less of you. Rob Liano. To accept ourselves as we are means to value our imperfections as much as our perfections. Sandra Byerik. I don't want everyone to like me, I should think less of myself if some people did. Henry James. To establish true self-esteem we must concentrate on our successes and forget about the failures and the negatives in our lives. Dennis Waitley. A healthy self-love means we have no compulsion to justify to ourselves or others why we take vacations, why we sleep late, why we buy new shoes, why we spoil ourselves from time to time. We feel comfortable doing things which add quality and beauty to life. Andrew Matthews. Our self-respect tracks our choices. Every time we act in harmony with our authentic self and our heart, we earn our respect. It is that simple. Every choice matters. Dan Coppersmith. People may flatter themselves just as much by thinking that their faults are always present to other people's minds, as if they believe that the world is always contemplating their individual charms and virtues. Elizabeth Gaskell. Don't rely on someone else for your happiness and self-worth. Only you can be responsible for that. If you can't love and respect yourself, no one else will be able to make that happen. Accept who you are, completely, the good and the bad, and make changes as you see fit, not because you think someone else wants you to be different. Stacy Charter. Don't ask yourself what the world needs, ask yourself what makes you come alive. And then go and do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Howard Washington Thurman. If you don't love yourself, nobody will. Not only that, you won't be good at loving anyone else. Loving starts with the self. Wayne Dyer. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. Mark Twain. It is not the mountain we conquer but ourselves. Sir Edmund Hillary. One's dignity may be assaulted, vandalized and cruelly mocked, but it can never be taken away unless it is surrendered. Michael J. Fox. My best friend is the one who brings out the best in me. Henry Ford. No other love, no matter how genuine it is, can fulfill one's heart better than unconditional self-love. Edmund Miyake. Loving yourself isn't vanity. It's sanity. Katrina Meyer. Lighten up on yourself. No one is perfect. Gently accept your humanness. Deborah Day. It's all about falling in love with yourself and sharing that love with someone who appreciates you, rather than looking for love to compensate for a self-love deficit. Eartha Kitt. Too many people overvalue what they are not and undervalue what they are. Malcolm S. Forbes. Whatever course you decide upon, there is always someone to tell you that you are wrong. There are always difficulties arising which tempt you to believe that your critics are right. To map out a course of action and follow it to an end requires courage. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Never bend your head. Always hold it high. Look the world straight in the face. Helen Keller. You have been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Louise L. Hay. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Oscar Wilde. Be faithful to that which exists within yourself. André Gide. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James. The most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These persons have an appreciation, a sensitivity and an understanding of life that fills them with compassions, gentleness, and a deep loving concern. Beautiful people do not just happen. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Self-care is never a selfish act, it is simply good stewardship of the only gift I have, the gift I was put on earth to offer to others. Parker Palmer. I prefer to be true to myself, even at the hazard of incurring the ridicule of others, rather than to be false, and to incur my own abhorrence. Frederick Douglass. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does, that makes you a winner right here. Venus Williams. If you do not respect your own wishes, no one else will. You will simply attract people who disrespect you as much as you do. Veronica Tugaleva. I had to grow to love my body. I did not have a good self-image at first. Finally it occurred to me, I'm either going to love me or hate me. And I chose to love myself. Then everything kind of sprung from there. Things that I thought weren't attractive became sexy. Confidence makes you sexy. Queen Latifah. Why should we worry about what others think of us? Do we have more confidence in their opinions than we do our own? Brigham Young. For more quotes like this, kindly visit xaviard.com. Thank you.